and Viper lost quite a bit, though they are regaining a little bit of momentum, even if it's literally in a traffic jam right now. Let's get ourselves into the final game of this replay Sunday. And what fan has submitted this? Well, I can't say, of course, but I can say this is on the map Lanzerath Ambush. This is a 4v4 with we got ourselves Ryder Tascute. Oh, I'll just say Ryder. Rint Fosk. I'll just say Rint. We got ourselves Frank, and I'm not even gonna attempt to go down that name further. Kamaboku, Yupa, Viper, Kylo, and Sumao. Sure, 2 Americans, a Brit, and a Soviet, versing 3 Austere and 1 OKW of mixed rank. But anyway, if you would like to submit a replay, submit to my Gmail or Discord down below. And again, thank you very much to everyone watching me live on Twitch right now. Any support you give is greatly appreciated. And again, thank you to all of you for just tuning on in, and just watching. That's a huge amount of support in and around itself. The fact that there are usually between, and again, right now I'm looking about 30, but upwards of 60 people actively watching me as I cast games is humbling. So thank you very much, and hopefully you all enjoy this game. With, it looks like a small little austere push to mid, with that means less support along the right. Yopa has to defend this munition point against a Pathfinder group coming on in, because Ryder went with Airborne. See, I thought, the question will be, will Ryder come in on a Flying Ox or a Unicorn? Which, like, what exactly is Ryder going to come in on? That's the question. If anyone gets that reference, I'll give you a sub. Anyway, we got Pathfinders pulling on back. We got ourselves Echelon being hit by mortar fire, thanks to Yupa. So it looks like the double mortar slash MG combo that he pulled up actually worked. All right. Again, sometimes the support spam is not as great, but against in this situation, yeah, it actually held out pretty well. Now, in this winter wonderland, on the far left, we have more German forces, Volk squads and Austere fighting. Volk squads with Pioneers trying to hold back a bunch of infantry section, an MG, and Engineers. We have Soviet support with a mortar coming on in. Meanwhile, in mid, it looks like German forces having a rough time with... Wait, more Pathfinders? Oh, double airborne. We have double airborne and NKVD, so they know what the Germans are going. Or at least Kambuku can hopefully inform his allies, hey, they're deploying this or that, and to prepare for, let's say, a 2-2-2 pushing on in. Grenadiers going in the building, but again, can't really shoot in a certain direction. Looks like overwhelming fire sports going on that Pathfinder squad, and I think he might actually win that. Although, these Pathfinders will probably come up north in just a second, and I don't expect them to be able to win. Now, actually, Yupa is making a slow and steady advance. Mortar does go down. On the far side, Grenadiers and Volk squads by Kylo and Sumao have successfully held back and pushed through this territory. So that's good. That's pretty good, I would say. They got themselves 2 VPs, which is putting pressure on the the Allies. Infantry section, though, are, well, bringing up reinforcements. We have assault officers, so they're going really heavy in the frontline infantry department. Meanwhile, we have an MG moving on in, but the Volk squads might be able to ambush them. They jump in the building. It is a building, but it will also be burned with an incendiary. So the MG, I'm not exactly sure how long it'll live. Yeah, probably needs to retreat, like now. Volk squads might be able to get the unit on the retreat if they're lucky. He's going to fire shots, but looks like the MG will prevail, though low on health, absolutely. Conscripts coming in to stop the Volk squads from giving chase. Oh, Little Chingy, why no Master League cast? Because I couldn't make a commitment today that I was even going to. And yesterday I couldn't. I was actually at a wedding, so I couldn't. There was no way I could go to it. So usually I like to confirm with the Master League in terms of my casting if I can stay there for both days and can cast. However, because my schedule was so uncertain, I couldn't commit to any sort of recording or anything like that. There's just no way. So that's why. And the same thing happened earlier in the month as well. So next time they do it, hopefully I can ask and not take part. But again, that's why I didn't do any casting today. Because I couldn't even start till after 9. So, and they're already an hour and a half into it at that point. Anyway, while the support spam is good, well, I don't know if it's necessarily a good play, but it's effective. Pathfinder's about to circumvent this and, well, just wear it down. But yeah. But no, in general, it's just unfair for me to say that I'll help out when my schedule... I came in... I don't even know if I can do that or cover all the games. Because, again, I had to leave early in the morning for a wedding, or I had an event to go to. Or overtime with work, because that's been crazy. So, that's why. That's specifically why. Like in February, I'm going to be going to Spain, so I probably won't be able to help out for 2 weekends. So, or 3. Well, at least 2. A lot of allied forces covering this fighting position. Pioneers in cover. Being worn down by the oh my god, so many Pathfinders. Pioneers like, we are not cut out for this. We do have the weapons. German Grenadiers like, we don't have the weapons either. We're just going to stay in the forest and not fight. Meanwhile, Conscript's trying to circumvent this mortar. There you go. There's your word of the day. Conscript should be able to tear it down. The assault officer is moving on in to fight the Panzer Grenadier squad. Conscript pushes back the mortar, maybe grabs the VP. Assault officer is moving on in. Again, Panzer Grenadier, I think, should win this because, again, it has more health. Unless he gets a lucky light gammon bomb. Then we could see things turn around. Down south, Greyshot and Pathfinders trying to hold. Again, these have bars on them, so they're bar finders. We have additional support by Yupa and Viper joining in. The problem is, well, Ryder managed to steal an MG42. A little bit of an issue. Though, I don't care how many bar finders you have, a flame half-track does wonders to boost German morale and kill infantry left and right. But problem would be if this gets up the Vet 1 and, well, that. Smoke is dropped so that way the half-track can continue to burn, I assume. Although, maybe Yupa was unaware of that. He's still charging. A T-gun is on the field, though. Half-track will be hit. He is successfully hit. Another half-track coming on in. And the flame half-track will meet its grisly fate. German tried to dive for the half-track, did not prevail. And German forces will attempt to mortar the location, but overall Allies in a really good state. They have plenty of infantry, a reinforced point. They'll get a Faust off on the half-track, but again, not even close to killing it. VP-wise, it's still neck and neck. Either side could really turn the tide here. Pioneer squad barely lives. Mortar's coming down, but half-track does dodge. Up, Volk squad's coming on the flank of the engineer. Again, Kylo trying his best in order to push back the squad, and he does. But infantry section coming on in. Grenadiers by Sumao are pushing forth. There is an MG here, I think. No, it's a mortar. They did kill a mortar. Okay. 222 as well advancing. The Brits do have an AT gun, but because of the terrain, it's hard to line up a shot here. So that might be a big issue. Captain moving forth, pushing forth. Pathfinders as well. Grenadiers having a real rough time. Again, we have a Jaeger command squad coming on in to help counter. Again, Viper going Storm Doctrine, which allows him to get that. He's like, huh, fine. You like your Pathfinders? Well, I'll get myself something to counteract that. Oh, wait, I can only deploy one. Shoot. Kylo does have Luftwaffe potential, although the Fallschirmjägers are currently running like hell, so that really helped. Half-track suppressing the infantry. Again, do we have a pack gun over here? No, no packs. So Pathfinders are just wearing him down. Not sure why he retreated. He could have just walked back, but okay. It's not. He doesn't have a major yet. Airborne troops are on the field though, and being upped by LMGs. That's really gonna make them super potent. Paratroopers just gonna mow them down even more. Half-track. Again, a lot of smoke coming down, which is helping stop it from firing directly on them. but there's still enough American infantry. I do not expect the Germans to be able to push for the VP. I just don't. We do have more Fallschirmjägers jumping on in somewhere. No, I'm saying not Fallschirmjägers, paratroopers, right? Oh, no. He dropped 50 cal. He dropped a 50 cal. That's what he did. Okay. Hey, grabbed an MG. Again, airborne is great because you can drop in support equipment on the front, which really comes in handy if you need a quick MG or a quick AT gun. Which, to be fair, Rint, you probably need an AT gun. Probably be helpful. Manny, thank you very much for the follow. Or Manny, I should. Manny? What? Anyway, thank you for the follow. Panzergrenadiers pushing on in. I love the infantry section. Take this! Huh! And it literally just falls right in front of the Panzergrenadier. It's like, what was that? Bundle grenade does kill a model. That AT gun's done. It's dead. Yeah, Sumao's just gonna kill it with the G43s. Conscripts, I don't even see lasting very long. I know they're trying to hit the flank, but you can't really fight Panzergrenadiers with conscripts. I'm just... Oh! Never mind! Good mortar hit! They're very close to killing it. 222 trying to cover. AT gun does get recruited and hits it. Barely lives. Half-track reinforcing. Mortars opening fire against all this infantry. Grouped up, too. That's so good. That can be very good. Sturm's trying to hold him back. Mortar fire is coming in on the infantry. While Volk squads and a Fallschirmjäger squad flanks from the side. Kills the engineer. Flamethrower. Nice. Sturm Pioneers like mine. Commissar is hoping to make him retreat. Grenade thrown point blank. Does get a good hit, and he kills a Volk squad. Huzzah. Although Flamethrower was captured. Panzergrenadier still advancing. This area is not looking great. Now, I will say Frank did go with commandos, so he could deploy some better infantry. But at this point, you just need to kind of hold your line more than anything else. Katusha moving in a little close for comfort, in my opinion. Bundle grenade. Oh, yes. G43 just puts down the assault officer. Mortar's under fire. Is he going to fire point blank? I don't think he will. And again, I love the half-track being here, meaning these guys can, not just reinforce, but he could jump inside and heal. But I will say, Axis also have nothing in... the Allies have nothing in mid, so the Axis just grabbed it. Although Allies are going to take over the munition point along the side. Pack gun was decrewed, so the Echelons are like, well, this is a cool, nice little treat. We'll take this home with us. Panzergrenadiers just holding the enemy back. 222 moving around. Hopefully gets the MG. What is he doing? Oh, he's going for the Katusha. Alright. He's on a mission. He has to get around the conscripts with AT grenades. Is he just gonna give up at this point? Oh, he's gonna give up. Okay, he's just gonna run. Dang it. He tried to dive. Just did not pan out. Alright. Another Panzer IV is coming on in. Will it be effective, is the question. Panzer IV is coming on out. Alright. He's trying anyway. He's making an attempt to bring out armor to boost the effectiveness of his side a little bit. Although picking a doctrine would probably help, right? Although, to be fair, none of your doctrine choices have like a instant fix to the situation. Very few do, but I'm just like looking at this and I'm like, recon might help, but I don't know. I mean, the enemy has pack and AT forces to hold back your armor. They have plenty of infantry. The one thing I'm surprised on, I'm surprised that Ryder's still here. Right? You assumed Ryder would move to mid, right? Mortar carriage about to be fausted by a bunch of German infantry, though still hurting the infantry. They don't have enough to kill it. Panzer IV. Just kind of waiting. I'm actually kind of just waiting to see what happens here. Double mortar could wear them down, but mortar carriage could outrange them. On the left-hand side, though, it is very clear that Sumao is dominating the Brits and whatever the Soviets decide to throw in. He's running circles around them. But the Brits now have a forward base that they could theoretically heal from. It's not that far from their actual base, but they technically have a forward-esque base. I think, although a little closer would be better. German forces, oh my god, are just dominating the Grenadiers. Grenadiers might die here. Come on, kill him. Kill him. And he lives. Mortar, decidedly so, decides maybe this isn't the best spot for us in retreats. A pack gun might kill the Panzer, which when your Panzer IV is killed by a pack gun, dun 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 dun. Just a bit of a fail right there. But Allies successfully take this area, and Yupa has nothing. He's out. He has plenty of manpower, but he needs to rebuild his entire army in order to have a chance to fight. So, honestly, I am shocked that this American player has not moved over. He needs to move over now. This is a one front. This is easily one. Ryder needs to move. Get out of here, Ryder. Okay, he is in mid. He is putting down barbed wire, tank traps. He might have gotten his unit stuck there, though. There's that. And the Blob is back in town with Kylo bringing in a Puma. All right, Puma force. Here we come. Going in on the mortar carriage. Panzer IV as well. Big armored thrust by the OKW and Austere, respectively. Sport gun hit. Or, wait, howitzer? Whatever. Oh, maybe the mortar carriage. Whatever. It hits the zone infantry. Panzer IV and Puma advancing. Specifically the... Hey, infantry, you might want to grab the territory. Okay. Panzer IV is diving into the line. Again, AT gun here. 2 AT guns. So I don't think this Panzer IV is going to suddenly like change the turn the tide over here. Especially when your pack gun can stun. And that Panzer IV is essentially toast. They can't do shit. But... smartly, we have Viper staying in mid. He's going to grab the fuel, grab the VP, and, well, I was going to say grab the capture point, but no, they're going to run like hell. On the far side, though, we have some defenses by Kylo. Okay. Also, Sumao has gone Lightning War, which, again, gave him G43s, and Airstrike and Tiger potential. Okay. Oh, he placed mines here, too. Oh, nice. So, if the infantry section walk on in, it's just boom, boom, boom. Just starts going off. Nice job with the rockets, just clearing up the territory. Grenadiers very low. Try not to run this way, because they could die. Rince is going into a situation where, I don't know, it seems like he's not perfect. Pack on fire? Oh my god, if the pack gun would have killed 2 panzers, that would have been perfect. But, yeah, infantry just trying to walk back, which is very risky. AT gun line did successfully hold them back. Come on, Ryder, get yourself in there. But, yeah, yeah, Yupa's just over here. He's like, alright, I'm not fighting over by the munition point. They can take their munitions. I'm not fighting there. Which, on paper, yeah, sure, it's not that bad, because you can essentially, like, lock down some of the territory here. But there's plenty of ways they can circumvent and get behind your lines. Not only that, but the allies here most likely going to hold his munitions. So that's double munitions for the allies. That's a bad idea. That's a really bad idea, especially when the allies have P-47 strikes they can call in like that. KVA is on the field, so the allies are starting to get some armor that is not a mortar carriage. We also have a Jackson. What the hell just flew? Okay. Oh, okay. So Ryder just cruising on in behind enemy lines using bazookas to kill the bunkers. Or shooting at mortars. Not as effective, but I kind of get it, I think. Buddy, I would suggest that, you know, maybe do something. Oh, bunkers down. Okay. Blob going in mid. Realizing that's a bad mistake. Although I don't know why the Beaufort's here. Whatever. They killed the Volk squad. Yeah, Kylo's really suffering. Did he just shoot his own guy? I saw... You can't hide from me. I saw you do that. American killing Brits confirmed. Anyway, Pathfinder's moving on in. We got Recon overhead. Right now, middle's fallen. The right absolutely has fallen. It's up to Kylo and majority Simao to hold his sector. Otherwise, Axis might start losing this. And to be fair, that's not so much an easy task when the enemy has a KV-8 coming in at you. Does he have AT? He has... Oh my god, Simao has no AT. You have no AT and you have to fight a KV-8? That's like pouring gasoline on yourself and hoping to not be burned alive when walking into a fireworks factory. It's like, oh my god. Oh, and you're also just like, and there's someone else just lighting all the fireworks at the same time. It's like, god damn, why? Just why? Alright, luckily his teammate Kylo does have a Jagdpanzer, but that's not exactly the highest penetrating unit. I mean, it's working so far, surprisingly. Meanwhile, big armor thrust in mid. But what the look at this. This Panzer IV just walked in saying, "Shaw! Run!" Yeah, he's gonna... Viper's dead. Viper is dead. I'm not even like... Look at all this. Look at that. This man is screwed. When the commanding officer says, "Don't worry, you got this," and you charge in and you definitely don't got this, Brumbar tried to come in to save the day, but there's 2 AT guns. Oh my god! Oh, he turned the corner. He might live actually, which is the craziest thing in my eyes. Against that, we actually have a Puma coming along the side, but Jackson's like, "Get out of here!" Even a mortar carriage hit him. Captain opening fire. That, oh my god. Kylo just losing all of his men. Kylo walked into the board meeting and said, all the men must die. And he's like, "Oh, I get it. Okay, I'll do that." And then he didn't see the part where it said enemy. Because by god, he must be thinking about himself. He's lost so many of his infantry. Just sending them in. Axis still have some good armor. They have plenty of Brumbars. They are putting down caches, so Yupa is at least helping his teammate in that way, right? He's at least making sure they get a good amount of fuel. And they're absolutely beating the Allies in fuel. But munition-wise, the Allies are kicking ass. So if they start calling in those strikes, which they can, they absolutely can start calling in those strikes, I think we'll start seeing things. And remember, Kama has the anti-armor stuff, right? He has the anti-tank overwatch. So if a big armor thrust comes, they are more than capable of holding that back. Yeah, I agree. Fragmentation bomb could be juicy. P-47's called on in to help kill the Brumbars, which I completely understand. Oh, Panzer IV walking into it too. Get actually a little 2-for-1 action right there. Brumbar's about to die. Jackson gets blocked by the Panzer, though still is able to shoot through it. Or shoot through the smoke. Jackson coming on in case the Panzer decides, "Yeah, I'm going to charge that. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit." Although, to be fair, from earlier, I think he's like, no. And good thing, because P-47 just hit him on the way out. Meanwhile, airstrike's coming on the left, but it's anti-armor on the Soviet side are being targeted, not the Axis. So the Stuka planes are pushing back the KV-8, effectively halting the Soviet advance. AT Overwatch was in effect. Does hit the 222, but it's now gone. AT gun should be able to finish that off. Bye, 222. You got the Vet 3. Panther, it looks like, did die, however, so he did take some losses. But he tried. Unfortunately, it looks like the Soviet, his big ticket item lived, so that's really going to hurt Simao in the future. Allies still control mid, putting pressure on the Axis. But again, Axis not that far. I mean, like, they still have a 10-point lead. So even if they take it, they should be relatively fine. I love it. Viper's like, God damn it. Okay, Yupa. You don't want to fight this area? Fine, I'll fight this area. I'll do it. I'll do it myself. AT Overwatch on a 222. No, the AT Overwatch killed the Panther, guys. I'm 90% sure it killed the Panther. Let's see, population-wise, allies are mid-70s? No, they're not mid-70s. They're actually a little lower. They would be... I would probably say mid-60s. I would probably put them at least around mid-60s. On the flip side, Axis are also probably low 60s. All the artillery coming down on the armor, that was actually well timed. I'm surprised by that. It actually worked out pretty good. Brumbar's still going into a fight he can't win, but I get the idea behind it. I think. Oh, wait. Da 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 da. P-47s chase the Brumbar out of town. Tiger is coming in via some mouse. That's some good heavy armor to fight off a KV-8. I like this. Kylo, AA mode to shoot down the planes. And Half-Track is burning around the infantry while the AT gun's trying to position himself. So even the light armor is trying to do something. It's like, fine, you got flames, I got flames. We'll see how this goes. Meanwhile, AT line and Jagdpanzer are trying to make do. But again, there's Captain, Paratroopers, Pathfinders. They have plenty. And the Pathfinder is 20 kills. It's a good amount. Meanwhile, Big Axis push is about to be pushed out. As Major Artillery comes in. Actually hurts the armor. And the remaining Allied forces just literally just deflect any attempt to hold on to the munition point. Panther's coming in like a champ, but about to be bullied like a champ from three! Make it 3 Jacksons coming on in, and P-47s. Viper has walked into the wrong fight, and also should stop building his cache, and get the fuck out of there with that Werfer. Smoke Bomb tried, and failed to stop this Werfer from dying. Oh my god! It's like, it can't get any worse. Jackson is low. He might chase, but hate to break it to you, Panzer. Oh, wait. Oh, you actually won that fight. Hot damn. And he's just outside the range, too. Okay. I mean, still, it's a good fight for the Jackson. He killed a Werfer and a Brumbar. But still, I'll give credit. At least he killed the Jackson. Although it's not like the Allies can't make more. Half-Track has pushed through the Soviet lines. Left side is looking pretty bare. Tiger Tank is doing fine. We have additional caches. Really, Yupa is just focusing on caches at this point, which I get. He wants to help out his team. But still, may not be going as great. Infantry section charging. What? Throws a grenade there? What is he doing? Is he gonna throw down an airstrike? What is Frank doing? I'm so confused. I've not really talked about Frank at all, but Frank has 2 Churchills. He has commandos with Brens and a double AT line. Frank's looking pretty good. Frank is looking pretty thick in my eyes, honestly. Now, I would start using that airstrike, but where? Where would you use the airstrike? Well, honestly, if the Axis commit to a grand offensive, put it on their retreat path. So that way they're forced to retreat immediately or die when they eventually retreat into it. Hit maybe a concentrated Axis force that's a problem. That could be good. Churchills are pushing against the Tiger. Tiger can't fight too. T-34 is going for the ram, but actually hits. Oh, AT Overwatch in effect. More than meets the eye for this Soviet player. Tiger in harm's way, but no engine crit. He might be out. Main gun is destroyed. He is out. No, he's about to be outside. Oh, he's so lucky. The Tiger is barely alive. They're trying to get it back, but the Allied armor's giving chase. Are you hitting on Frank? Says the guy whose name is called Wink. Sure, let's go with that. Tiger's still running. I'm glad this guy said, fuck it, retreat all the way back to base, because Churchill's would have killed his ass if he would have stopped halfway. Cash is gone. This cash I would focus, honestly. There is Werfers here. There's a lot of Werfers right here that would be a target. But luckily, he doesn't go for it because the Shreks would probably hurt him a lot more. Meanwhile, Panzer IV is meeting its end to 3 Jacksons. So don't expect Viper to turn the tide along the side. Yeah, VP-wise, the Axis are down about 70 points. So again, it seems like this would be a game in which allies are about to win, I would say, right? Or like allies are more likely to win. They're doing great with the airstrikes. They're coordinating really well. I like how, maybe not the best, but Ryder and Rint are really working together. Yupa, I will say he does have an elephant. He is focusing, his mortars have been pretty solid. He's been trying his best with the situation he's been given. We'll see how long the elephant stands, guys, but you never know. Smoke going down, allowing mortar carriages to escape, so they're good on preservation. Plenty of reserves to call in. Viper's trying his best. He's not doing that great. Artillery has been built, though, to try to help counteract the Allies. But the Allies pretty much, the right side's under their control. Like, at no point do I feel like the Axis have really gained a major footing there and held it for a long duration. And been like, yeah, we got this. Commandos could die here. Werfer's coming in. Good artillery counterattack by the Axis. Does kill the commando with the G43s. Churchills, though, probably counterattack hard. And almost kill the Panzergrens. They're like, get the fuck out of here. Shrek team's coming in, but the Churchills can easily take it. It's like deflecting off. Elephant, though. Now that's a big hit. That will definitely hurt. Oh, killed the Panzergren squad with the paratroopers. Fallschirmjägers, though, moving on in. Pathfinder's retreat. Big armor thrust coming in. Elephant in harm's way. Someone in chat said how long the elephant's gonna live. May not be that long. P-47's being called in. Air support. Oh, the axe. Oh my god, there's so many allies. And air support coming in. Oh no. Elephant has nowhere to escape. Tiger's now being hit. Rockets fly on in. Hitting mostly the elephant's corpse. Bombers coming in. Bombers coming in on top of the allies. Oh, wait, they're gonna hit the Fallschirmjägers with the... Oh, wait, no, bombs on the right. They do hit their own units, although this blob is walking into it. A second later, it would have died. Allies are just pressing in. King Tiger was deployed. More P-47s coming on in. But again, the the Axis infantry, although being burned by a KV-8 is a big issue. Churchill trying to smoke itself out. AT Overwatch is in effect. P-47s hit the King, driving it back. It's not going into the fight. Jackson is down. Brumbar luckily dodges the Jackson, and a foul stops the Jackson in tracks. Panther kills it. Mortar carriage is in harm's way. Allies might be in a bit of a pickle here. P-47 still flying overhead. Axis need to be very cautious about approaching the front. But Sherman's trying to hold back the armor and is successfully doing so, but it does kill the mortar carriage. AT gunning the Panther. Sherman body blocks it. Trying to kill it. Does kill the Panther. Big armor push. And I'm not sure who wins that, honestly. Bruh. Yeah, I agree. That whole battle's a bruh moment. It's like, what the hell was that? All right, let's do a recap. Let's go over what died. What the fuck just happened? You know what, Samal? That's a perfect way to surmise that last 5 minutes. What the fuck did just happen? Ryder did lose his Jacksons. However, he does have the ability to get more. Same thing with Rint. He has the ability to get more. Fuel-wise, sure, only one, but manpower-wise, they're both very good. Big Axis counterattack. They're sending everything they have. Axis seem to be in a better position to take it than the Allies. Good arty shot kills a lot of forces coming on in. Fallschirmjäger advancing. Again, 3 squads are very potent. Commandos are trying to hold. They do through, again, a grenade like, ha! And again, falls right in front of the target. Axis lost an elephant, they lost a tiger, they lost the Panther, they lost a number of their key units. Sherman moving in with high explosives. There is a lot of artillery right here that could be focused if they could dive it. There's literally nothing preventing a dive from occurring. Werfer does hurt a lot of the Brits' forces, though. Churchills did live. I will say that both Churchills did live. Allies still control the VPs. Axis did lose a lot. While the King Tiger via Kylo's alive, Samao lost a good chunk of his armor. Yupa lost whatever he had. And Viper lost quite a bit, though they are regaining a little bit of momentum. Even if it's literally in a traffic jam right now. So right now they're going to push up against the middle. Again, middle does have some AT, though not a ton. They need the Jacksons back up in mass. KV-8 T-34 coming on in. We still have bombers, and but we have no air support, nor artillery support. Those 68 munitions per turn, that will change that fact very quickly. Armor thrust is engaged. Panther, Jagdpanzer, King Tiger advancing along the Soviet position. Soviets caught out. Now, if he keeps backing up and they keep advancing, this could be a big win for the Allies. Because again, if he uses AT Overwatch or just rams it, Panther's going to be done. Firefly hitting, Churchill backing on up. King Tiger, again, it'll take a while for it to wear down. Artillery coming in along the King's perspective. Panther is dead. So again, Viper losing that. Kylo taking a lot of hits. Fireflies and Churchill's pouring in against it. Frank is making sure he smashes that King with everything he has. And yeah, the rockets hit it. Bombers! Bombers coming in on it! It hits the... And there goes the King Tiger being brought down by the British Air Force. Neutralized in a major way. Packgun trying to help, but Jackson just dives, going for the Werfers and the Brumbar. Brumbar body blocks, fouls hitting the target. Werfers are it, not Werfers, sorry. P-47s are inbound and might kill the Brumbar if they're lucky. Churchills are advancing. Jagdpanzer trying to aim from afar, but they pull back. Here comes the airstrikes. Is it going to be enough, ladies and gentlemen? Plane goes down. Rockets hit, but are unable to kill the target. They do drive the Axis armor away. And again, we have a... Sherman forces are, with high explosive rounds, are tearing Viper's forces apart. Elephant is brought in, but it, again, needs to be very cautious on how it approaches, though does hit the Sherman. Fallschirmjägers are deployed. And again, it needs to, because most of the Fallschirmjägers of earlier died. Sherman does die from what? Is it the Elephant? Elephant got a Sherman kill. Okay. Jackson might die here thanks to the Panther blitzing forward. Does successfully get the kill. Mortar carriage is in harm's way. Does kill it again thanks to the Elephant. Oh my god, Elephant's on a goddamn roll. Elephant take 2 is better than Elephant take 1. Artillery coming in, gets driven back, drives back the Soviets from taking back the munitions, which is actually a very key part. If they can make sure the Allies can't get as many munitions, that stops the airstrikes. Though bombers are still likely, and now AT Overwatch is likely. So if that Elephant gets stuck by a T-34 ram, it's GG. One aspect I will give credit for is the Allies have so far been unable to kill a lot of the Soviet artillery. Not Soviet, Axis artillery. This one has like 20 kills. Like, they've gotten a good chunk of kills. And good job hitting the retreating units. Although, again, Allies bring out additional Fireflies. We have more armor coming on in. Although I think AT is a big thing that Ryder needs. Rint as well needs some form of AT. Only as a mortar carriage. That could be a big issue. Paratroopers just charging in. I'm not sure why. Do the Axis also have AA? That would also be very effective if they had more AA. They don't. They really don't. Alright, also, Sumao is still holding the VP on left, so while the Allies have pushed the Axis down 200 points, at the very least, Ryder's still trying. Stuka comes on in, pushing back the allies once again. Driving them back. Do they have a forward base? They really don't. I mean, there's an ambulance here, of course, for the Americans, but not for the Brits. Warfare comes on in. Just a little damage, not too much. Stern Pioneer Grenadiers, grabbing a Shrek, why not? Try to take that area. We have a push on left via the Panther. T-34. He's going to do the patented ram and AT Overwatch. Why are you calling in a flame attack on a Panther? Why? Maybe he just moved it in to scare him. Take this! And it's like, really? You're not really doing much, buddy. Big thrust in mid, though. Look at all this Axis armor. Now it looks a little more even. Chat, am I wrong? Look at this. Looks a little more even between the two. We have an Elephant. We have Brumbar, Jagdpanzer versus the Churchills, Firefly, Jackson's infantry, which are being smashed, by the way, by the artillery, which I'm surprised about. Firefly is actually being out-AT'd. Allies need more AT to hold this back. Jackson, thinking it's all that, turns out, no. AT Overwatch is needed, or heavy bombers to break up this area. Something is needed. Although, to be fair, allies have both, so they have the opportunity to do it. We'll see if they actually do it. Commissar taking over the VPs, which would, again, put the allies in a... Sorry, the Axis in a bad state. T-34 coming on the side of the Jagdpanzer. Bounces, though. Recon's overhead for the Axis. Allies also do recon over flight. Ram along the side. Hits it. AT Overwatch in effect. It's still being spotted. Allies need additional recon to kill this stuff. Though Jagdpanzer almost died just from again, from it. Again, this would be better off instead of over here in mid. To hold back the Brumbars and the Elephants, everything like that. That would have been way better. I get why he did this. It's just not as effective because you don't have the recon. S-25 misses the long shot. Almost kills the Panther, but it does live. The Panther does indeed live, which is shocking in my eyes. Elephant moving over to try to hit the S-285. We have a Katusha moving on in, blocked by the building. Paratroopers trying to take mid. Population-wise, again, let's see. Rinta's burned through a lot of his reserves. Ryder still has a decent amount, though. Katusha coming in, killing some of the mortars, finally. I mean, they've been Vet 3 for a while. Warfare coming in, driving them back. AT guns trying to hold back the armor. Again, not a bad idea. M1 has some pretty damn good range. Just needs sight. Fallschmager's pushing on in. Mortar carriages hitting him from the side and the far. Churchill as well. Fallschmager's gonna die. Dude, Churchill's. Come on. Yep. There goes one. AT gun died from the push along the right. But paratroopers, which by the, I'm assuming we're trying to flank. Not to contend with that. Big thrust coming on in. Again, you need to call in the bombers in the back. Otherwise, the Elephants, which, by the way, is along the side, so it's a wet. What the fuck is this Stuka doing? This Stuka is super lucky it didn't fire, because that Firefly would have killed him. We're first firing where? Along the infantry? No, it's hitting the bazooka blob. Misses completely, though. And now he's coming along the side. There is a bunker here he could target. Does actually also hit the Panther a little bit. Battling continues along the side with Obosadon and Panzergranads trying to hold off. Panther dive, though. Could be AT grenaded. Is AT grenaded. Ken were first stolen by Kamabuku. Boko. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that name. Does push back the Panther successfully. Although the infantry is an issue. Though KV-8 showing with 34 kills what it can do. And it's about to kill that Panzergrenadier squad if he did retreat. Although the AT gun is killed. And the Soviet has somehow lodged himself into the AT gun. So, great job there. Again, so far we have not seen more bombers or airstrikes, which I'm actually a little bit surprised of. Maybe he's upgrading his infantry, which is the reason why we haven't seen those strikes. But really surprised we haven't seen bombers at the very least come on in to try and break up this line. Recon is overhead, so we might see in action. Elephant's very far forward. He's moving himself a bit far, though it hits the Firefly dead on. Trying to cover the Fallschmagers, I guess. And make sure the Churchills don't kill them. Again, back here would be great. Force the Elephant to engage the armor in the front. which he may not win by the amount of 18 now moving on in. Again, a lot of bouncing going on from the Allies' perspective on the Axis. Jackson trying to flank, but unable to. We have a Panzer Grenadier squad trying to push here. I get why they're trying to stop the hemorrhaging at all costs, but it will work. They'll at least stop it. It's right now almost 4-1 right now. Commandos trying to take mid. That would give the Allies back. Oh, good shot by the Su-85, killing the Stuka. There we go. Allies finally taking out some of the artillery. Oh, good arty shot on the commandos. It works. Maxim is such a terrible thing. I don't think that's a Maxim. That's an MG42. I repeat, this is an MG42 they stole from the Germans from earlier. Oh, thank you, chat. I mean, I'll call him fish cake. So apparently this means, was it? The Soviet player's name is Fish Cake, so I'll call him Fish Cake. Panther army charging. Bombers coming in. Terrible locate. The bombers are literally about to bomb a KV-8. Are you serious? The fuck are you doing? What is this? They're killing. They just murdered a conscript. What just... Why, of all places, why there? Why there? Panthers hit their own teller, of all places. That's going to suck for him. Panther goes down. Large in part to their own mine. So that was a troll moment right there for both sides. Again, the bombers would have been so much better over here, like the king and the elephant. Like, come on. Axis managed to grab the point, but I don't know how long they'll hold with the Churchills wearing them down. Recon overhead. Elephant, though, moving on in to assist. Conscripts would be better off grabbing the AT gun to hit the elephant. Churchills are pushed back. Allies lose mid as well. So they're currently down. Bazooka team, though, flanking. Although they have plenty of stuff to notice the bazooka team coming on in. The difference would be at least they killed a bunker that has been upgraded. So that is some losses for the Axis. And they pull back. If they're really trying to dive, I would probably suggest them coming like in the back this way. What the frick? Did a plane crash almost kill this thing? That's funny. Plane crash almost killed the Panther. Alright. T-34 advancing. Tiger says, what's up, buddy? I'm back. Again, AT Overwatch could be in effect. Probably doesn't want to risk it. Luckily, T-34 doesn't get annihilated by either piece of armor. Allies, again, right now looking, I'm seeing like upper 60s. Axis right now, I would say low 70s. Axis have turned the tide, even with a complete Allied supremacy. Again, I feel like this is more like this is more just the a little bit of artillery, a little bit of better like weapons, like the elephants up in a good position, better teamwork in mid. And the weird part is the Allies have the ability to drive them away. They're just choosing not to. Allies have 600 fuel. My God. Okay. Frank, again, Brits doing very well with the reserves. Although right side has been recaptured by the Germans. What the frick? Did he call in major artillery on himself? What is happening? What is happening? Fallschirmjägers get driven back. I think he may have lost the squad. He did. Paratroopers annihilated it. Brumbars, though, are there. And King Tiger and Elephant. You know what might help push them back? AT Overwatch. Wow, okay, double Brumbar just says goodbye to the commandos. Or, sorry, paratroop. Whatever squad was there. Now, oh my God, Frank's like mass Firefly, even though he can deploy one more. Soviet forces are trying their best in order to hold the VP. Su-85 can hit the Tiger from afar. But I don't think it's going to do much to stop them from holding onto the VP. Both teams are struggling. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, Frank is doing fine. He's just not choosing it. Same thing with Fish Cakes over here. T-34 is on standby. SU-85 moves on in again. But Elephant gets a nice stun. Again, teamwork. Panther moves on in. Come on. And the SU-85 goes down in a big way. T-34 trying to stop him. Katusha on the front. Air support kills the T-34, or the something kills it. Whatever. T-34 is dead. And Fish Cakes might have to pack his lunch and run, because it is not looking all that great for him right now, as a King Tiger pushes through the Allied lines unabated. Although with the Bazooka team coming on in, he may have overstepped his boundaries a bit. Oh my god, Tiger's cock blocking him. He's like, you bastard. Why? He gets, there goes it. Armor's coming on in. And now you call him P-47. Remember when I said the Axis were in the lead? That may change right now. Churchill lost its main gun, but ATO watched in effect. Now you send in everything. P-47's hitting the armor. Panther trying to stop him. Elephant very low. A lot of armor being hit right now. Panther, Tiger, Jagdpanzer, all being completely smashed by the anti-tank artillery. Big push by the Jacksons, yet it still goes down by the pack line in the Jagdpanzer. Vet 4 does decrewed, not killed. Bazooka team's moving on in. Brumbar, actually, weirdly enough, not in the range, but the Bazooka teams are wearing it down, but although not as much as you probably would like. 3 Brumbars hold back the infantry. Hot damn. Firefly is hitting the Brumbars, wearing it down, and more air support would be greatly appreciated. Where are the bombers? I just saw the bombers being called in. Where are they being called in on? Air support's being... There's a lot of planes dying. Oh my god, they're literally kamikazing into the line. Good bundle. Another unit dies. Brumbar trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Tiger's still on the front. T-34 is trying to kill it with AT support. Panther is no gun, so he can't support. That Tiger's the only thing holding this front line together. Brumbar is about to croak to the Jackson. What a mess, I agree. Artillery does kill it. Brumbar is dead. Jackson is diving, seeing the amount of stuff he could kill. I'm not sure where the bombers came down. I think it was on top of the Allies. Jackson, Panther can't do shit. But Tiger comes in clutch to save his ally. P-47s wrap up what they can and leave the field of battle. Churchill's just cleaning what they can up. And Allies successfully take the mid-VP. And again, kill the King Tiger. The Elephant. Oh no, Elephant lived! The Elephant lived and is now back up, stunning the KV-8 and myself. I thought it died. Good shot right there. Oh my god. And the Tiger lived too. Honestly, I think that was a bit of a like, don't get me wrong. Let's be very clear. Viper and Yupa lost both of their Brumbars in mass. All 3 Brumbars died. But Allies lost a lot. Soviet forces lost quite a bit. So the Brits have enough reserves, he's fine. Ryder, a bit of a rough time, and Rint. They had like 1,200 manpower ahead. Now they're down quite a number. The one thing I'll say is the Axis have a better, have the best tank on the field right now with the Elephant, right? But Allies still have a trick up their sleeve. Bazooka team flanking it! Bazooka team is flanking the Elephant. Oh, come on. Come on, hit the Elephant. Or the Tiger, that's fine too. Werfer's going in point blank. Really? Denied. You have been completely denied with your bazooka flank. Charging forth, no mines here to stop. Although, to be fair, Allies retaking mid. Axis trying to send what they can. Placing a mine down, but being shredded. Okay. Tiger and Elephant pushing in. AT gun could still wear you down, buddy. Be careful. White Phosphorus is all over the place. Okay. Trying to shoot through it. A rough time. Panthers moving on in. Artillery, by the way, LFH is doing quite a number on the Allies. Oh, free Jackson. Free Jackson. Can we, oh, paratroopers. Oh, no. Yo, that's a good squad right there. Get out. It's funny how the man who gets out lives, but the man who stayed outside died. Oh, God. Panther tried to charge over here. Did not pan out all that well. Although, to be fair, the infantry is weaker, and the ambulance is dead. So, again, a loss that he can't afford right now. Panther charging along the side. Soviet unable to support. Panthers coming on in. I think this might be game. Now, this is the kind of armor battles I like to see. Because, honestly, it was going back and forth. But I want to... Look, it could still change. Right now, I think AT Overwatch is in effect, right? Oh, God. Oh, Elephant! Elephant has a crippled engine! Allies just need recon. Do they have it? Yes, they do. They have armor moving in against all that being hit by AT. Oh, my God. Hold on. Is this still in effect? For 13 seconds. It's out of range! And no more bombers support either. Wait. I don't know what's calling in here. Yo, it's just like a pure propaganda. They're trying their best. But alas, Allies still unable to kill a lot of the Axis stuff. Air support, though, could be done in mass here in a minute. There goes the German Air Force. A lot of warfare, good strikes across the board, wearing down the Allies. No, he called it mortar coverage. I mean, to be fair, it's holding back the Axis infantry, or attempting to. Jackson AT holding back the Tiger. Could die right here if they get some good shots in. They do. Tiger goes down. P-47's called on in. And while it may not hit the Tiger anymore, could hit the Stuka. Hits the Elephant instead. Elephant hit it from the side. Some rear armor hits. Bring it down about a third of its health. Allies trying to hold on. Desperately grasping onto a chance of victory. They're still 140 points ahead. They still are ahead, technically. So they could do this. They could theoretically do this. They need to hold on to this point at all costs, right? They need to absolutely hold on. If they don't, they're goners, right? But again, you have the infantry right there just trying to hold on desperately, but luckily the Jaeger Command Squad just rips them a new one. Allies heading back. No more Churchills for Frank, only Fireflies. And units that can heal Fireflies very quickly.
Emplacement under attack.
Bazooka team coming on in, hits the, oh my God. Jagdpanzer in harm's way. Nothing to stop the bazooka teams from killing it. Except for the mass werfers. Which do indeed, nope, they did not save it. It still died. Jackson's coming on in, but the Elephant right there is the biggest bane as it kills another allied tank destroyer. So much good coverage. AT Overwatch is in effect. If the Allies can take out the Elephant, they have a chance. They need a direct, they need to take down the big boss. Stuka firing along the Allied lines. Hitting the Bofor, which surprises 30 kills. All of which are planes. It has shot down 30 Axis planes. Push on right via Brumbar. No AT to stop such an advance. With infantry unit coming in behind. That could stop the Axis from hemorrhaging. Which they are indeed doing right now. They don't have left anymore. The Soviets are doing what they can to stop it. Although, to be fair, Jacksons are coming on in, so Brumbar will probably die here in a moment. And right now, it's not looking that great. Jackson diving against the Brumbar, which has gotten stuck. Okay. I forgot about these LEFHs. They've been doing a lot of work. 39 kills? Like, they're currently smashing this line pretty effectively, stopping any big thrusted infantry from coming in without being hit. A lot of Axis armor in mid. If the Allies can join forces in one final air-supported strike, mass P-47s everywhere, AT Overwatch on the main army, smashing the Elephant to make sure it can't escape, they might be able to save this game. But if the Axis can hold their own, keep holding the VPs, Fallschirmjägers hold back the infantry, they might have a chance. AT guns hit the Panther, barely alive, but luckily Fallschirmjägers might be able to kill this AT gun. Vet 3, they do. Mass Fireflies on standby. They could also rocket this. Let's be very clear, they could. Allies gearing up for another fight. Jackson's on standby to move in from the side. Infantry pushing up mid. We only have 2 strikes available. Fireflies having trouble penning the armor. No infantry support. Armor is advancing on the Allied side in a massive push. AT Overwatch is in effect. This is the final outcome. This will be the final battle. Elephant is stuck in the middle of the AT Overwatch, but the AT Overwatch may have... Oh, wait, hold on. Trying to dive on in it. Armor is unable to move. Elephant still firing. Air support by the Germans called in. Bombers called in the back lines. Elephant is weakened. Panthers diving in, killing the Fireflies. And it tracks Churchill trying to hold back. Bombers smashing with the AT Overwatch, hitting the Elephant. P-47s make sure the Elephant does not escape. We had a Stuka bomb coming in mid. Jackson diving the Jagdpanzers, killing it as tracks. King Tiger trying to do what it can, but there's so much armor. Though weakened, he's pulling back in a better defensive state to kill it. Both armored units are down, but the air support is still keeping the Axis at bay. Infantry's in a close fight. Paratroopers suppressed. The Stuka... Sorry, bleh, I can't even talk. KV-8 is holding back the infantry. Paratroopers are holding back, killing a pack gun with a grenade. Panzergrenadier may return fire with a bundle. More paratroopers coming on in on top of the bundle. Werfers are firing on mid. Somehow still alive after all those fights. But Yupa has no additional armor to call in. Axis being held, Allies being held back by the MG bunkers. But luckily, a paratrooper squad gets around. Everything just explodes. Paratroopers coming on in. The final battle has commenced. And looks like the KV-8 will finally go down on the left. Allies committed everything to that offensive. But as the smoke settles, as the dust clears, it is quite obvious the Allies have no additional tank destroyers left. The Panther is running amok. Kylo slaughtering all the mortar carriages. One additional Firefly coming out. Fresh recruit. Trying to hold back the Panther, but he does not care. Oh, maybe he does. Maybe he's pulling back. He will pull back with Fallschirmjäger supporting his retreat. Going in for the, well, the point where it's currently being healed. Recon overhead giving them sight of what's about to come out against them. Tiger tank has been deployed on the left. Soviets have nothing really to counter that with at the time. While resources are still coming in for the Allies in a good state, I think, and I'm going to be honest here, I want to say the Axis have won this game. In a climactic showdown. Hold on, Stuka firing on top of the ambulance. Hits the Major, but the ambulance did move that way. So good job there. Tiger advancing along the AT line of Ryder. Ryder trying to do what he can, but it's just one AT gun versus a Tiger. An hour and 4-minute game. Hate to GG to the Axis in this case. Because, again, they're trying to hold here, but they're being pressed upon. There's some forces holding, but again, I just don't think it's enough. 61 points remaining. Allies do not have the resources to hold a point for that long. They just don't. So, it's unfortunate, but I'm going to wrap this up because I'm just going to say this is pretty much GG. And I need to go as well. I'm overtime. We got some recon, P-40, oh, we got recon overhead. Major artillery. Small flank with paratroopers, but they see it coming. Or maybe they don't. Oh my god. Okay, they do stop it. Elephant and King are holding the front. I don't see a way they can crack it. VPs are slowly bleeding out for the Allies. Allies slowly being worn down. Firefly goes down. On the left, Soviet forces get pushed back, and that is a GG. Allies surrender, and that's it. That's game. All right, that's easily the best game of the day. Easily the best game of the day. I like that game because the entire, I want to say 80% of that match, if you would have asked me who would have won that match, I could not tell you. There's as many times the Allies were ahead, the Axis gained ahead. That game was very good. That game was a solid game across the board. Damage-wise, by the way, thank you, Samal, for the best game of the day. Thank you very much, man. Easily. So much armor death, so many good plays. Yupa trying to help out with his caches. You had Viper. Oh, sorry. Let me go over damage real quick before I go individually. Top damage, Yupa. Elephant probably as well. Top kills goes to Kylo, whose Fallschmager's probably slaughtered a lot with his king. On the Allied side, Rint did very well for himself with top damage. On top kills goes to... actually surprising. I didn't think the Soviets got that many kills, but they did. Probably the KV-8, I would assume. So let's go over. Samao, Panthers did pretty good. A lot of kills, a lot of deaths, though. Panzer Grenadiers, oh my god, almost 100 kills. Kylo, Jagdpanzer did pretty well. Stukas did pretty good for support. A lot of Fallschmager deaths. Viper, Pack 40 did pretty solid at holding the line, as well as the Brumbars doing what they could to holding it in mid. Let's see. We got Yupa with his Elephant, 38,000 damage. Elephant held the line. Werfer is good support as well, definitely holding back a lot of the infantry that could have flanked and used their AT weapons to neutralize it. I would say the weakest part on the Allied side was the Soviet, but I still think Kamboko did pretty well. I think he did okay. He definitely tied up a player more so than, well, the other side did. Like, honestly, I don't think you've tied up really the Americans on the right. He did better at tying them up in mid. Firefly, pretty good damage, 27,000, though Churchill's took so much damage from Frank. Jackson's 41,000. A lot of vehicles destroyed by the Jacksons. A lot of good pushes by them, by Rint. And Ryder as well, but his AT gun, 19,000. Very good job. Paratroopers as well did pretty good holding the line. Fantastic game. Great strikes. Great holds by the Axis. Just solid plays across the board. But hey, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. It's been Greyshot17. I'll see you guys next time. Hello everyone, before y'all go, you can check out more content above, you can subscribe, and you can hear as I talk about some amazing people who support me on Patreon, which include Folkvard, Aphyria, Joey G240, Malam, Ace, ShinobiWarrior, Pyroshark, Sumtool, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support. You literally help this channel keep on growing, so thank you. If you want to support the channel, again, check out some of the stuff I mentioned. Otherwise, I'll see all of you next time.